All right, let's dive right in. Have you ever wanted to automate some tedious, boring task, or maybe just build a simple tool for yourself? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to write our very first Python script, and you don't need any prior experience. Let's get started. So, first question, why Python? I mean, if you've ever used shell scripts, you know they're pretty good for simple commands. But what happens when that simple script starts to grow? That's exactly where Python just shines as a much more modern, way more powerful alternative. Oh man, if you've ever wrestled with a bash script, you know the pain. The syntax can feel so fragile, so cryptic, and it just breaks if you look at it wrong. In testing, forget about it. Python, on the other hand, is just a breath of fresh air. It's built from the ground up to be readable and robust, with fantastic tools for handling errors and actually testing your code. That means you spend less time pulling your hair out debugging and more time actually building cool stuff. And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. Look, for a simple one-liner, the shell is totally fine. But the second your script needs options or it has to manage some complex logic, that's your sign. That's the universe telling you it's time to switch. Moving to Python isn't just about changing the syntax, it's a real investment that will save you a ridiculous amount of time and frustration down the line. Okay, enough theory. Let's actually write some code. We're going to start with the classic, hello world. And, it's more than just a tradition. It's the absolute simplest way to see what a program really is, and to prove to yourself that, yeah, you can totally do this. So what even is a Python script? It's not some mystical, complicated thing. It's just a plain text file. That's it. Seriously, you just write a sequence of commands, you save the file, and you give it a name that ends in .py. It is genuinely that simple. And here it is, our entire program. Just one single line. This one command tells Python to do one thing and one thing only, display the text, hello world, on the screen. See? This proves that programming doesn't have to be this big, scary, intimidating thing. You can get a real result with just one simple instruction. Okay, so we've got our one-line script. But how does the computer understand it? Well, it needs something called an interpreter. Now let's tackle what is probably the biggest hurdle for any beginner, installation. Just think of it as choosing the right path for your journey. This is the question, right? This is where so many people get stuck. You go online, you search for it, and you find a dozen different ways to install Python. It's honestly overwhelming. But don't you worry, it really just boils down to 3 simple approaches. So here are our 3 paths. You've got the easy way, which uses the tools you probably already have on your computer. There's the official way, which gets you the latest and greatest version directly from the source. And then there's the zero install way, which lets you start coding like right now in your browser. First up, the path of least resistance. Just use your operating system's built-in tools. On Linux, it's a simple apt install. On a Mac, if you have Homebrew, it's just brew install Python. And for Windows, the Microsoft Store actually has a one-click install. These methods are super fast, they're easy, and they integrate perfectly with your system. Now, for those of you who want that complete, pure, untampered experience, there is the official way. You just head over to python.org, that's the home of Python on the web, and you download the installer for your operating system. This is going to guarantee you have the absolute latest version with all its features straight from the folks who make it. Now, for my personal favorite option, especially for beginners, it's kind of like the try before you buy approach. Services like GitHub Codespaces give you a full working Python environment right inside your web browser. There is absolutely nothing to install on your machine. You can literally start coding in minutes, which is just fantastic if you're on, say, a restricted work laptop or you just want to get going immediately. All right, with Python installed one way or another, we have arrived at the best part. It's time to take that little hello.py file we created and actually run it. This is it. This is your first victory on the path to becoming a coder. So there are 2 main ways we're going to run Python code. We can execute a whole script file all at once, which is perfect for finished programs. Or we can have a live conversation with Python to kind of experiment and test out ideas. Let's take a look at both. The most common way is just executing a script file. You open up your terminal, you go to the folder where you saved your hello.py file, and you just type Python, followed by the file name. It's a really direct command, like saying, hey Python, run the code that's inside this file. And this This is the magic moment. You press enter and boom, Hello World appears right there on your screen. The interpreter read your file, it executed that print command, and it showed you the output. You have officially run your first Python program. How cool is that? Okay, now for the second method. It's called the REPL, which stands for read, eval, print loop. This is different. Instead of running a whole file, it lets you type Python code line by line and get immediate feedback. Think of it like having a live conversation with Python. It's an amazing tool for just experimenting and learning.
To start the REPL, you just type Python in your terminal with no file name. You'll see this 3 prompt pop up. Now you can just talk to it. Type 2 plus 5, hit enter, and it immediately tells you 7. Or use our print function, and it responds instantly. It reads your command, it evaluates it, it prints the result, and then it loops back for more. That's the REPL in action, a live coding session.
So you've done it. You've written, installed, and run your very first piece of Python code. This simple hello world is the foundation for everything else. So let's just take a quick peek at where this journey can take you next. From here, seriously, the possibilities are endless. Pretty soon, you'll be learning how to make your scripts interactive with this sys module, or using subprocess to control other programs on your computer. You can even build professional-looking command line tools with argparse, or pull data directly from websites using APIs. Hello World is truly, truly just the beginning. You know, today, we just ran one line of code, but that one line is a gateway. It's proof that you can give a computer instructions and make it do what you want. So I'm going to leave you with this question. What's that tedious task, or that interesting problem, or that cool idea that you're going to solve with your next script? Go build something.